In the high-stakes world of the bold and the beautiful, secrets are the currency of power, and few are as potentially devastating as the one Hope Logan is currently hiding. The blonde designer, who has long been a central figure in the Forrester-Logan dynasty, has committed an act that could be seen as the ultimate betrayal, a move that has shifted the very foundations of the fashion world in Los Angeles. While Hope has told her family she is on a leave of absence from Forrester Creations, the truth is far more calculated and dangerous. She has secretly signed a contract with the rival Logan fashion house, a decision made in the shadows and set to detonate a bomb under everyone she claims to love. This secret, which has been carefully buried, has now put Hope on a direct collision course with the one person who will stop at nothing to expose her. Forrester's co-CEO, Steffy Forrester, forcing a confrontation that will not only reveal Hope's secret motives but could also send shockwaves all the way to the Los Angeles Police Department. The roots of Hope's betrayal are grounded in a simmering resentment that has been years in the making. After being consistently sidelined, having her hope for the future line constantly shelved, and feeling increasingly disrespected by the Forrester family, Hope has decided to stop fighting for a seat at a table where she is clearly unwanted. She believes she has been pushed out and passed over, and rather than continue to endure the condescension, she has taken a lifeline thrown by her Aunt Katie Logan and the Spencer family. But to call this a mere business decision is to ignore the deeply personal nature of the affront. Hope's secret motives are driven by a desire for revenge and recognition, a plan to prove that she is not just a legacy character dependent on the Forrester name. She has recruited her half-brother, Dickie Sharp, to design with her, and her ambition is to scrap the Forrester-owned Hope for the Future brand entirely, planning to launch a new, self-named line, Hope Logan, under the rival banner, effectively taking her creative vision, and her family's loyalty, out the front door. This is the powder keg that Steffy Forrester is about to ignite. Steffy, who has always been fiercely protective of the Forrester legacy and deeply suspicious of Hope's intentions, has been sniffing down the hallway, sensing that something is amiss. She has noticed Hope's evasiveness, Katie's newfound confidence, and the strange movements of the Spencer family, leading her to connect the dots that Hope has not just been taking a break, but actively working with the enemy. In a gripping confrontation, Steffy summoned Hope to the Forrester office, dropping the gauntlet and declaring that she knows exactly what Hope is doing. This showdown was a calculated power play, with Steffy trying to force a confession and rattle Hope into submission. However, the tables may have turned in a spectacular fashion, as Hope has likely won this round simply by virtue of the ink being dry. While Steffy may be able to expose the deceit, she cannot unsign a contract that is already a legally binding reality. But simply knowing the truth is not enough for Steffy. She will want justice, and her vision of justice may be far more brutal than a simple scandal. This is where the rumor of Steffy and Hope's conflict escalating to the level of law enforcement becomes a terrifyingly plausible reality. Steffy is not just a co-CEO, she sees herself as the enforcer for Forrester Creations, and in her mind, a crime has been committed. From a corporate standpoint, Hope was still an employee of Forrester when she signed with Logan, meaning she was effectively double-dipping, signing a contract with a rival company while still operating under the aegis of the Forresters. In the eyes of some, this constitutes a form of corporate espionage or a breach of contract so severe that it could be considered a white-collar crime. For Steffy, who has a history of taking legal action in her personal and professional life, including contacting the police against rivals like Sheila Carter and dealing with restraining orders, the next logical step would be to make this official. The idea of Steffy having the LAPD's white-collar crime division waiting outside the Forrester offices to arrest Hope is no longer just fan fiction. It is a chilling possibility that fits the ruthless and uncompromising tactics Steffy has employed before. She would likely relish the opportunity to see Hope, her greatest rival, escorted out of the building in handcuffs, a total and humiliating victory that would serve as a warning to anyone who dares to betray the Forrester name. The fallout from this exposure will be catastrophic, and the consequences will be felt far beyond the corporate boardroom. For Brooke Logan, who has spent months defending her daughter's honor and pleading her case to Ridge, the news will be a devastating personal blow. It will be a betrayal of her loyalty, as she has been publicly championing hope while being completely unaware that her faith is built on a lie. This revelation could fracture the Logan family irreparably, pitting Brooke and Katie against each other and leaving Brooke feeling humiliated by her own daughter's calculated deception. Meanwhile, the question of revenge looms large. Once the secret is exposed, Ridge and Steffy will not simply let Hope walk away. They own the trademark to Hope for the Future, and have a full, unused collection designed by Zende in the archives. To sabotage Hope's launch at Logan, the Forresters could theoretically drop their own Hope for the Future line to compete directly with her, destroying her market share and proving that they are always one step ahead. The destiny of these characters is now tied to a legal and emotional war, and as Hope's secret motives are laid bare and Steffy goes to the police, the only certainty is that the battle for Los Angeles has only just begun.